Yo, what is up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. As you know, I've done 2 episodes already in this Battle of the YouTubers event where I've been competing among some Asian YouTubers from Taiwan and Singapore, as well as Kimi Sui, who's a phenom of a battler here in the United States. But basically, we have won our first 2 matches. We beat Kimi Sui, the prodigy himself, 2-1. We defeated our next opponent 3-0. And now we are into the quarterfinals. And before this, the format was show 7, ban 1, pick 3. So you had 7 Pokemon on your team. You were able to ban 1 from the opponent's team. And then you would obviously pick 3 for the battle. After I was able to go undefeated for the first 2 rounds, they changed up the format to blind 3. So basically, instead of kind of like a Sylph style format, it turns into more like a Go Battle League style, blind 3s. Whatever 3 you want, but you also cannot repeat any of the same 3. So once you use a Pokemon, that Pokemon is no longer available to you, and it's best out of 5. So we're going to see how this thing goes. Switching up the formats on us mid-competition. Who will be able to adjust? Rise versus Victor Chu, who I didn't mention. And by the way, when I play someone I'm not familiar with, sometimes I try and do like just a brief little scouting, see what their experience level is like. And Victor is a very good player, oftentimes on the leaderboard for Go Battle League. And I forget, I think I looked up if he did Sylph. I want to say he was a very strong Sylph player as well, but I could just be making that up. I'm not sure. But here we are in game 1. I go with a unique team, and when it's blind 3, sometimes I like mixing it up with not bringing the most common Pokemon that you'll see. So we've got Cress into Altaria. This is a pretty good matchup for Cress. I'm going to win the 0 shield for sure. But Altaria can commit shields if it wants and try and steal this matchup. And because it's Great League, I'm not sure my Cress will actually reach another move. So I decide to aggressively swap rather than getting farmed down. I'm going to shield my Electrode here. My Hisuian Electrode. I do commit the shield. In comes Medicham, and I'm glad that my Diggersby is avoiding this Medicham. That's good for me. I land the Energy Ball, and I get Defense Fell. It's really nice. Really debating whether I want to shield here or not. I do decide to shield. It is an Ice Punch, so I think that probably would have KO'd me from that range. Gonna get off a Wild Charge here. Either take it out or grab the last shield. I'm able to take it out. What's going to come in? The Altaria comes in. Oh my gosh. Why did I not throw that Wild Charge? Why did I not throw that Wild Charge? That's a really weird play by me. Would have been really nice to grab that last shield or get rid of the Altaria. Really think I should have thrown that Wild Charge, to be honest. But now here is Reggie. We're going to get blasted, which I would think KOs from this range. Yeah. And then we can't really come in with the Crest. We're going to have to overfarm here as much as possible. I'm actually even going to Energy Ball here because I know if I just take this out, the Altaria is just going to Dragon Breath my whole team down. So I'm going to Wild Charge here. Get the shield. I got to try and get to a move. But I die as I get the move, or faint rather, and Altaria is going to take us out for the win. So really nicely played. Tried to do what I could there. A couple mistakes I made that could have flipped things are if I get this shield right here from Altaria from the Wild Charge, I guess it kind of plays out the same. So I can't really fault myself for that, but that was also a play. Here is where I think was my only win con. So I make the right decision here to energy ball the Reggie because I need energy. Here's what I could have done. I could have aggressively swapped my Cresselia right here, and I probably would have got a 2 Psycho Cut farm down, and then my Cress would have reached a Grass Knot, and I would have only been 1 Thunder Shock away. Hopefully I didn't lag in the end and could have reached that Wild Charge. So I think that was my only win con, and I realized it just like 2 seconds after I lost, like 2 seconds too late. So a tough game 1. Probably winnable. We just got kind of outbulked in the Medicham versus Electrode matchup. Gonna go in with a pretty meta team here. DD, Umbreon, A9. Used to run this team in Go Battle League when I was like trying to grind ranking. Waiting on Victor to lock something in. Oh, looks like we had some sort of error. So we'll fast forward. Gonna lock in the same team. Whenever that happens, whenever like I lock something in and there's some sort of error, I'm always gonna lock in the same team. I feel like it'd be fishy to like change my mind. All right, G-Fisk lead. So this is pretty tough for DD. We do deal super effective counter damage, but it's non-stab counter damage, and G-Fisk is bulky enough where it's not super threatening. And then obviously our charge moves are not threatening to the G-Fisk. So we're going to go for a Thunderbolt here because we don't want to debuff our attack. And I actually decide here, which is kind of questionable, to double shield my DD. In comes Sableye, and I soften it here with Thunderbolt. And in my head, I thought maybe he's trying to lure out a Charmer. So I go in with the Umbreon here. We tank the return. I know I can't quite snarl this down before he gets to another. So I have to foul play right here. I'm hoping there's like a fighter in back. That's what I was thinking. Like a Medicham is personally what I was thinking. But quick pause. So I go on to talk about how I was predicting Medicham in back and how that's why I played the way I did. And I just realizing editing this that in this format, they used Medicham in the first battle, so they couldn't possibly have a Medicham in the second battle. So I'm just getting ahead of the comments because I know I'm going to get 18 comments saying, Rise, you are the dumbest player ever. There's no way they could have Medicham in back. Rise, I would beat you 100 times out of 100. You're terrible. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not beat up on Rise in the comments. Back to the video. But it is a Venusaur. And as soon as I saw this Venusaur, I'm like, well, I have lost. I am eliminated from the competition. Actually, wait, no, it's 3 out of 5. So, as soon as I saw this Venusaur, I knew I'm down 0-2. Because I have no shields. I have a Charm A9. And there's just no play at this point in the game. I debated top lefting, actually, to not reveal what my third Pokemon was, but I felt like that'd probably be considered poor sportsmanship. So I decided just to reveal what my third was and let him take me out. So a winnable game. I just played it extremely poorly in hindsight, right? If my prediction was correct and there was like a Medicham in back, right? Steel and then double weak to Fairy. If my prediction had been correct, it would have looked amazing because I would have just kept switch advantage and then my Ninetales would have taken out the Medicham with Charm. But with the Venusaur in back, my strategy totally backfired. And if I had played it differently, it was totally winnable. So if I had, let's say, only shielded one Earthquake, taken the second Earthquake, then gone my Charm 9 into the Sableye, and then I've got Umbreon versus Venusaur with maybe some Psycho Boosts left over. Totally winnable game. I just did not play very well. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just make the wrong calls, the wrong reads, and at this point, I'm like, just trying not to overthink things. I'm like, I'm just going to lock in something strong. Trevenant Walrein Core, and we're going to roll with it. And we get a tough lead here. Trev into Shadow Walrein. Going to swap into our own Walrein. In comes DD, a pretty rough counter, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, if I can get a shield here, that'd be amazing. And then I could get a farm down with my Trevenant and then threaten the opposing Walrein with Seed Bombs. So that's what I'm hoping can happen here. I'm going to build up to the EQ and then go for Icicle Spear. I do get a shield, which is really nice. Probably should have thrown that, but it's all right. This will give me more farm at least. And they Psycho Boost, so I'm going to come in right away. Coming in right away. But he's actually going to dip out of here. And I think this is a mistake, throwing this Seed Bomb, because I'm going to need to land a move anyway with Reggie. So at this point, I'm debating what I want to do. I do lag twice there, which is unfortunate. Because if you look at it this way, so this is what I call the pause, is when you throw a charge move, you see a quick pause, and your opponent is starting to attack before you resume attacking. So like, for example, I pause here, and before I've started to attack, you already see the damage registering from the Powder Snow, right? So like the Powder Snow has already registered. He's already done a full fast move, and my Shadow Claw is just starting to come through and hasn't registered yet. So it takes away the possibility of a sneak. And then it's going to happen. I think it happened after his charge move as well. Yeah, so it's just that brief pause. For some of you, you might think I'm just like making this up, and you're like, Roz, what are you even talking about? But some of you know what I'm talking about, and you can see what's clearly happening. So if I like go back again, and I just do a quick pause, see how his Powder Snow has already registered worth of damage before my my Shadow Claw has registered. So essentially those two fast moves are really critical, right? Because if I don't miss out on two Shadow Claws, I could have fully farmed down that Walrein theoretically. But now I'm forced to catch this Icicle Spear by counting the turns that I was lagging. I do catch the Icicle Spear, and I am going to get a nice lock on down here. He is going to get off one more. What is going to come in? It's going to be the DD. I'm going to zap it straight away just to try and get rid of it. He lets it go, and it's his own Trevenant in back. And that is definitely going to be a good game. Trevenant up a shield, has no reason to shield the Reggie here. I do a little combo with Seed Bomb, but this doesn't matter. This is just kind of a lost cause. And then he does throw his energy here unnecessarily. So this... but it didn't really matter what he did at this point. So I just stopped tapping. And the Trevenant is going to take us out. And your boy Rise gets swept 0-3 against Mr. Victor Chu. Major shout out to him for playing exceptionally well. I don't think I played bad per se. I think I just didn't play as well as him. And just made a lot of incorrect reads. And that's what can happen in Blind 3 sometimes, is you're not able to predict as well what's in back. Certainly, I think I excel much more in a show 6 pick 3 format versus Blind 3s. I think when it comes to like my PvP resume. I think you could kind of put me up or argue me against anyone when it comes to like a show 6 pick 3 format. When it comes to blind threes, I've hit #1 on the global leaderboard before, but I definitely am way less confident in that format, just because it's a lot of kind of blind luck and randomness involved. But I think still mostly skill with a big blind luck and randomness factor as well. It's like a combination, right? There's like the blind luck and randomness of the team you lock in, but once that team is locked in, there's still a lot of skill involved in executing the actual battle itself. So it's definitely a combination of the two. And on this day, Mr. Victor Chu was the better battler, and he got the better of me. So congrats to him. He will be moving on to the semifinals. I was joking with my Mazer teammates. Like they're like, "Hey, Rise took out the Asian YouTubers. Saw Rise took out their top contenders in the first 2 rounds, and they're like, oh, we got to switch up the format. We got to get we got to make it blind threes instead." I'm just joking. I think that was the plan all along, was to switch it up in the end. But who knows? If it had stayed show 6 pick 3, I would have liked my chances. But going by the rules, by the book, I was outplayed, and I'll be rooting for Mr. Victor Chu to try and take home the championship, so we can at least say we lost to the champion. But all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave a link to Victor's channel as well in the description. He speaks Mandarin, I believe, so I'm sure most of you probably don't speak Mandarin like myself, but some of you may and would like to see his perspective as well. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. And all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.